11 of the NFL. And this one features Chigozie Okonkwo. He's going to be a busy man in the passing game. It's the Titans and the Texans, next on Madden Football.
We are in a sweet spot as far as football weather is concerned today in Nashville. Just enough chill in the air for a sweatshirt, light breeze, fall in full swing at Nissan Stadium. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, we take a look at this Titan Ball Club entering play. They come into this one knowing it's been a while since tasting victory. They've dropped 4 in a row.
Can they remember what it was like to win a game? In these types of situations, you're looking for someone to inspire you, and it doesn't have to be one of your best players either.
Meanwhile, for our visitors, the Texans, they were winners last time out, so they'll be looking, Charles, to make it 2 in a row.
And what I enjoyed when
The NFL season is hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. So out come the Texans for their opening drive. And they will be led out by their 6'3" quarterback.
And he ought to have a lot of pep in his step after last week's performance, because he did exactly as you want him to play if you're a coach. 3 touchdown passes, 0 interceptions, which usually means you're making a lot of right decisions out there.
And got him to win. This one complete to Christian Kirk. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Well, following the play now, they're going to stop the clock here as a man is shaken up. Well, the medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. A first carry for the former Oklahoma Sooner, Joe Mixon. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. 2nd down and 8. Again, it's Mixon. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down. Back to throw. Here's Stroud. A nice job there on the escape and scramble. A first down, a 16-yard gain.
He's a talented runner, and that means he's always looking for bigger and bigger gains when he takes off. Certainly found some bonus yards there beyond the first down marker, and this early drive will continue with that extra jolt from his legs.
So operating from Tennessee territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 36. Now to change things up, Stroud will throw it. And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front. These 2 teams, they met in Houston earlier in the season with the Texans coming out on top. So a win here in Nashville would give them the season series. Stroud looking to throw. He'll get this into the hands of Nico Collins. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Titans' 22-yard line. Texans passing game in rhythm right now, picking up another first. Stroud got this into the hands of the tight end, Jordan. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down.
A lot of precision being shown on this opening drive. They've been methodical, they've been crisp, and as a reward, they're going to be set up with an early 1st and goal.
Here's Stroud. And his pass incomplete.
And down here, 1st and goal, if it's not there, don't force it. You've got at least 2, if not 3 more shots at it. So that's a wise move to get rid of it.
Throwing now is Stroud. And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground.
It's been a good opening drive offensively thus far, but you know they don't want to waste it and settle for a field goal attempt after that incompletion. So this is a big play coming up here on 3rd down.
Yeah, the Titans going to signal for a timeout defensively. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. 2 incompletions haven't moved him any closer, and likely throwing again, you'd have to think on 3rd and goal here. And Stroud now to throw. And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. His third rushing touchdown on the year, number 6 overall. And the Texans get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon.
What an effort there. Sometimes you hold your breath a bit when you see your quarterback diving for the end zone. You don't want him to land on a shoulder wrong or take a big shot. But he looks none the worse for wear here, and that winds up a touchdown.
Fairbairn good with the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. A 10-play drive that time. And it was C.J. Stroud who finished off that drive with a touchdown run. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. So here are the Titans now for their first drive. Leading them out is their rookie quarterback, the young man out of Miami.
You talk about the pause that refreshes. I think it's come at a perfect time of the year for them, hasn't it? You know, the season is starting to wind down, got a little bit of a break. But how about the guy calling the signals? He's got to be excited about that because now he didn't just get a game plan for 1 week. He's able to work on it for 2 weeks. I can't wait to see if they have anything special in store for him today.
And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. A big-time gain there on the keeper, using his legs to hurt him. First down. Operating from the gun. Ward. Open man downfield is Ridley. And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds. 26 big yards on that one. It's another first down.
Another nice play there. They've gotten down into the red zone in no time at all. That's what this offense can do when they get on a roll. And now they're set up with a 1st and 10.
The first carry now for Tony Pollard. And he's only going to get a yard from the 20 to the 19. They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. They run straight ahead here with Pollard. And after the good gain last play, this time they say, as he's going to be stopped behind the line of scrimmage. The time called here because a member of the Texans is in some discomfort. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment. Out of the gun to give to Spears. And again, the run defense stout this time. He maybe gets back to the line of scrimmage, but no more.
No gain on the play. It's now 3rd down and 1.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Here's a screen now for Pollard. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. That'll bring up 4th down. They wind up getting 8 yards, but they needed more than that. Field goal unit and Joey Sly now. It's a 39-yard attempt, right hash. Sly able to put this one through. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So both teams come away with points on their opening drives. Now they still trail. They answered the touchdown with a field goal, but at least able to break that goose egg here early.
And that is what's important, right? Because they didn't let that initial touchdown go unanswered. Took the ball themselves, moved it downfield, and put it through the post for 3 points. Game on.
So now we get set to see Houston for their second drive of the ball game. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated grooves. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated, they both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain that time as it's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 3 to go. Now Stroud. this is going to be incomplete.
Partner, we've got ourselves a ball game, and those guys on defense, they came to play. Slipped up on their first series, but they're definitely settling in now and letting it be known that points won't come so easy again.
On is the punter Townsend as he gets this one away. And he couldn't get it to check up. That kicks all the way into the end zone for a touchback. The Titans coming back onto the field for their second drive. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
Here's Ward, operating from the gun. And that is caught. It's Ridley. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
Well, for teams that like to play man coverage, running corner routes can be tough on them because of the ability of getting into it. Sometimes you're squaring it off. Sometimes you're just rounding it. Sometimes there's a fake. Sometimes there's not. That makes it very, very difficult for a DB to stay with it.
They'll go with Pollard here on first down. Oh, look at the juke. And a strong run there as he'll take this all the way down to the 35. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last two plays. So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 35-yard line. Off the play fake. Ward on the throw, led him too much that time. It's incomplete. The Titans at 3-6 now on the year, and they come in off the extended break from the bye.
And I think it was much needed as well because you play 2.5 months. You know you're ready for some time off in order to get prepared for the home stretch. In fact, when they looked at the schedule to start the season, I think they liked where their open week fell.
The time is called. Looks like a member of the Titans in some discomfort out there. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. The 25-yard line is what they need here. This is third down. Back to throw. Ward. And he will find Ridley. That's complete. And he will have the Titans first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. So he turned to a trusted, familiar face in that third down situation. It paid off.
Yeah, you go to your veteran receiver in that spot, so you can't underestimate him when he's on the field. Defensively, make sure you know where he is because he understands how to get open in key situations.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Left side complete to Lockett. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6. Here's a 2nd and 5.
At the Texans' 20-yard line.
Pollard will take it up the gut, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Now they're going to be dealing with a 3rd and 7. Is that one officially a loss of 1?
Brings up 3rd and 7.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Hard throw, incomplete. Blanketed coverage by Houston. Makes it 4th down.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
A 38-yard attempt.
Sly able to put this one through. And they'll get it back within a point at 7-6. So 2 first-quarter field goal attempts for him, and he's converted on both.
I like the positive right there. 2 for 2, got the points on the board. The negative side is they didn't score touchdowns. And, of course, going forward in this game, that's going to be the aim, and hopefully they'll be kicking extra points instead.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there was a quick 3-and-out, and they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
After one, a 1-point game, 7-6. Texans football to start quarter 2. As they've got it with a 1st and 10. Stroud to throw it. Dumps it off to Mixon.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it could turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
Well, they get to Stroud, nowhere to go, and he goes down. They'll wind up losing 10 on the sack, and it'll lead to a 3rd and long.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
This offense so far on 3rd down, they've been okay. 2 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 19. Looking to throw. Stroud. He finds his running back, Mixon. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. So that'll go as a 4-yard loss on the play. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. Here's Tommy Townsend on to punt. Taken in at the 22. Call that a 46-yard punt, though they did get 9 back on the return. And it'll be Titan football. Here's Tennessee ready to begin this drive offensively. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. They'll fake it on the jet sweep, and instead a handoff up the middle. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. It's a loss of 4. Now 3rd down. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. Ward now from the gun on 3rd down. And he'll avoid the tackle there with a slide. Give him 10 that time, escaping the danger, running with it, and picking up a 1st down.
As we both know, there was a lot that went into why they made him their 1st-round pick this year, and part of it was what they saw in college, his playmaking ability when things break down. As soon as he saw he wasn't getting a lane to throw, he pivoted and found an alternate way to the marker.
And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. Here's 2nd and 10. Now a shotgun handoff to Pollard. Oh, heck of a move.
Man.
And a solid run here as he'll pick his way down to the 42-yard line. Now after the play, it looks like there's a Texan here slow to get up. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment. So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 42-yard line. Going to run again here with Pollard. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 39-yard line.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And this throw incomplete. Well, the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd down and 7.
Operating from the gun. Moore. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he's going to be taken down with another 1st down as the stop's made at the Texans' 25-yard line. The Titans get 14 yards there and move the chains as well.
And that's well executed there on 3rd down, and I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a 1st down.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
At the 26-yard line.
Hand off to Spears. Breaks a tackle. And he's going to take this down to about the 17. They get 9 yards back on the run there, and they're left with a much more makeable 3rd and 2.
3rd and 2.
Back to throw. Ward. And probably the wise decision there. No one open. He just throws it away. And that keeps the field goal on the table as it's 4th down. Field goal unit and Joey Sly now. From the right hash, just a 34-yard attempt. Sly able to put this one through. And they jump back in front here. It's 9-7. So he's been a busy man here in this first half. That's 3 field goals for him now.
And not just 3 field goals, but 3 for 3. So even though the offense has struggled a bit putting it in the end zone, they've still been able to come away with points due to his leg.
Now a crease here as he's past the 30. And he nearly broke that for more, but as it is, still a good return. They'll start the drive right around the 37. The Texans offense now, they get set to head back on the field here. Over on the sideline, hoping to hit that reset button between possessions. Last time out, they had to punt it away. This time, hoping to finish this thing off in the end zone. Yeah, he's able to push his way forward somehow for a gain of about 2 yards. 2nd down now. A shotgun snap to Stroud. That's complete. It's Collins. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. 2nd catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down.
Of course, the catch was nice, but how about what happened after? Able to stay on his feet and gain all that additional yardage. So many of these slot guys, I think, have running back in their background.
Oh, jumping early from his tight end spot. Maybe trying to get a jump start on that route.
Yeah, I think you're exactly right about that. And oftentimes when you see that, that means the play call was supposed to come in his direction, and he was eager to go catch a pass.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Throw right side is going to be caught by Kirk. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. 2nd and 5. Out of the shotgun, they run with Mixon. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Give him 10 that time, escaping the danger, running with it, and picking up a 1st down.
This is where the NFL is headed year by year, partner. A league where just about everyone has someone under center who can get you with their legs as well as their arm. And we've certainly had a nice display of that from both QBs in this game. And that continued with that 1st down run.
Flushed out right. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard. First carry for Nick Chubb. And not much. Maybe a yard down to the 23.
What a luxury to have a guy like this who can not only spell your starter, but can come in and keep drives going.
And movement here by one of the Texans up front. In comes the flag. So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit. The Texans on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. Looking to throw. Stroud. Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. And the Titans are going to get the football back at their own 17. And that's a ball that he is going to want to keep, his first career interception in the National Football League.
And I love what teams do when that happens. You bring the ball to the sideline, the equipment guy grabs it, he puts a piece of tape on it, writes on it so that you know what it is, and then they tuck it away so that you can have it for later and put it on your mantle. Pretty good deal for him right there. Now he's eager to get back out on the field and get his second one.
Offense back out there, and we shine the spotlight on the Memphis man, Tony Pollard. He's over 40 yards here in the second quarter. Been nice and effective for them, hasn't he?
He has definitely been dependable, and really shouldn't underestimate what he's getting done here, because anytime you're on a pace that's going to approach 100 yards, you've really done some damage in an NFL game.
And now he's looking just to add to his totals. He'll try again with the arm here on second down. And his throw here is incomplete.
A couple of quick incompletions, and now they're just one more away from getting off the field. They've got options now. Could they dial up a blitz here or just drop everyone into coverage to crowd the throwing lanes?
Eluding the pressure right. And he will slide down with the first down for the moment, but a penalty flag on the field. And this third down looking very tough after the holding penalty. Third and long. Back to throw. Ward. Yeah, this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on third down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
One thing you hope to see out of a rookie tight end is a real concentration when the ball's in the air, and I'm not sure that he didn't. But he has to be prepared for people making a play on it when that ball's up for grabs.
Here's Smith to return it. Call that a 41-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. And the Texans with great field position to start this drive as they take over 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Man open. That's complete to Dalton Schultz. And he's going to get this inside the 30. They call it a gain of 19, and it moves the chains.
But when you hit him on the move like that, and he's able to get into open field with a full head of steam, oh, boy, it's going to be tough to get him down.
Yeah, there was a big window. They're lucky they did get him down. Back to throw. Here's Stroud. On a slant, here's Collins. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. Second down and a yard. Stroud looking to throw. This goes out wide from Mixon. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. Stroud will look to throw once more. Flush to his right. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. C.J. Stroud. As the first half is winding down. And the Texans have taken the lead here in the final stages of this first half. That could be an important swing right there. A touchdown in the final minute of the half to take the lead.
And I like the point you just made there. Could be an important swing because now that they have the lead, if they can carry that into the locker room at the half, they'll feel really good about what they accomplished in the first 2 quarters.
Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And the lead is up to 5. Just a 4-play drive that time. And it was C.J. Stroud who finished off that drive with the touchdown run. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. Ward throwing to start the drive. And a quick throw here, that's complete. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. They'll look to throw now on first down. Try to drop one in, but it's incomplete. So we have reached halftime here. It's the visitors, the Texans, out in front. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, we'll get back to you two in a bit. For now, plenty of early game action around the NFL to get you caught up on, so let's get to it. We'll start up at Gillette Stadium in Foxborough, where it was definitely a game with some intrigue, as you can see by the scoreline. Justin Fields leading the way there as the win gets his guys back to 500 on the year. We were certainly treated to an entertaining first half. Both these teams with some high points and maybe a couple of low points as well. So it's going to be a question of who can be the most disciplined team going forward.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. The Titans getting set to go here to begin the third quarter. Well, out of the locker rooms here they come. Their first drive of the third quarter. And, Charles, they're trailing in this ball game, but we got a tight one set up to be a very entertaining second half.
And as we know, partner, in the NFL, there's trailing and there's trailing, right? Sometimes you're discouraged by how much you're down, but in this case, this is a tight ball game, so there's a sense of optimism here. I think they went into half and looked at their play sheet and said, these are the plays we really like. What do you say we use them to start the second half and get us going?
On second down, here's a keeper by the QB. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. He'll wind up getting 2 there as he does it himself and picks up the first. Looking to throw. Moore. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. That one good for 20 on the catch and run.
A couple of first downs right in succession, and this is an offense that could really use a good drive, and they're off to a fast start here.
So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 43. Off the bootleg, Ward. And he gets this one to Ridley complete. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. Just need a yard here, 2nd and 1.
2nd and 1 at the 34-yard line.
Out of the gun, a give to Pollard. And he gets it down to the 32. 2 yards on the pickup, and that's all they needed to move the sticks. Here's the option. And only able to get 2 here. Stopped at the 30.
Anytime you decide to use your quarterback as a runner, most of the time when you design a play, you're expected to break a little bit bigger than this one, because when you run him on short gains, your risk-reward and him taking hits, I'm not sure that's the payoff they were looking for.
Throw here taken in by Wiley, the tight end. So no gain on the play. And 3rd and 8 now. Now we've got movement up front. I think this is going to be on the Titans. That's on the guard, Kevin Zeitler, first-round pick back in 2012. So the false start certainly doesn't help matters as they'll try again now, 3rd and long. Back to throw. Ward. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. A gain of 9, not enough, and it's 4th down.
And that's a play that's not uncommon on 3rd and long, because the offense is just hoping that somehow they can get a guy in space and follow some blockers downfield. Does a pretty nice job there getting a few yards, but he ends up getting stopped before he can get the first down.
Sly able to put this one through, and that will cut the lead down to just 2. So they were facing the deficit coming out of the locker room at intermission, and at least they're able to get the field goal to cut into that deficit.
Yeah, now your offense feels pretty good about itself, right? A little bit more up to speed coming out of the break. You turn to your defense now and say, hey, we got 3 there. We're chipping into the lead. Can you help us out? Hold them. Let's get the ball back for us.
So here are the Texans to take over. They got the victory last week. That was against Jacksonville, and they lead this one as well right now out in front here. They've got it 1st and 10. Play action. Stroud now. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, and that could have been trouble.
A lot of bad news on that play for them, wasn't there? Lost the football, lost a lot of yardage, but I think the good news outweighs it. Able to retain possession. That was big for them.
So they keep the football, but now face 2nd and long. Here's Stroud. And that is going to be incomplete as he led him a bit too much.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect them to have more completions to him in this game.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. They're looking for Higgins, but it is intercepted. And they will be set up now as he brings this thing all the way back inside the 20. And they'll take possession already in the red zone and in a great spot to add points to the scoreboard.
And Brandon, how many times have we seen a defense with a lot of field behind them get even more aggressive, right? They feel like they've got them not pinned down, but in a favorable spot for them, and they took advantage of it there. Got a nice interception and set up their offense in great shape.
Out come the Titans now. Following the interception, they're set up nicely here, already inside the red zone, knocking on the door, if you will, 1st and 10. And now the Texans are going to stop it as they signal for a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. Now a give here to Pollard. And he'll get this one down to about the 17. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
1 yard gain brings up 2nd and 9.
They toss it down to Pollard. A tough run gets him just inside the 10 to the 9, but no further. 58 yards rushing for him now in the ball game. A field goal would get him the lead, but that's not what they're shooting for as they come up on 3rd down. And here's a give to Spears. So following the holding call, what can they do here on 3rd and long? Operating from the gun. Moore able to get away. And probably the wise decision there. No one open. He just throws it away. And that keeps the field goal on the table as it's 4th down. Field goal unit and Joey Sly now. It'll be from the right hash and it'll be a 36-yarder. Sly able to put this one through. And they have regained the lead. So it's another field goal here. He may need to ice his leg after this one. That's now 5 field goals converted in this game alone.
Yeah, get the trainer. They're going to need this guy. And they've needed every single one of the field goals he's made, too. If they're going to get out of here with a win, I say he gets a game ball.
And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. The Texans offense has C.J. Stroud getting ready for this next drive. And it's been a struggle for him all afternoon. This defense has really done a nice job of making him earn everything he gets, and it's prevented him from getting into any kind of rhythm here today. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
And to the 36-yard line, taken down there after getting 8 yards. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. They'll run for it. Here's Chubb. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs.
I haven't met a football team yet that runs the ball successfully that doesn't talk about having an attitude to be a running football team, right? You got to be able to put your nose in there, smell where the first down sticks are, and get there.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. And Stroud now to throw. Pressure comes, and the Titans able to bring him down. Chris Wormley, credit him with a sack, and it goes as a loss of 6. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. Mixing up the middle. And they only get a yard back there. They'll be left with a 3rd down and long.
I have to think a major focus at the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
Yeah, that's good for a gain of 6, and it'll be 4th down. The Texans send the punter out as he'll come on to kick this one away. And that hits at the 6 and carries into the end zone for a touchback. The Titans offense now, they get set to head back out here. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
Dances by him, and he's upended after a gain of 2 after the 27.
Brandon, one thing about blitzes, they really confuse offensive linemen at times, and what you have to do is lock in on the guy right in front of you. If you don't, you saw the end result. Defensive tackle ended up making the play.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. 33 yards that time.
Well, dialing up that play call certainly meant that he grabbed a little extra shot of courage on that one, because normally on 3rd and short, you're just trying to move the sticks, get the ball just past that line of scrimmage. Instead, they take the big shot downfield, and it pays off.
It'll be a handoff to Pollard. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning it in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Nashville. They'll work from the 36 on 2nd and 6. And we've got a dandy here. A 1-point game as we begin the 4th. They go back to Pollard on 2nd down. Oh, no, he lost the football. And the Texans scoop it. And they will take over possession of the football at their 42-yard line.
Well, partner, here's where team football gets tested a little bit, because I know the defensive guys were over there chilling on the sidelines, and all of a sudden, they heard the sudden change call because that fumble puts them right back on the field, and they've got to go out and finish the game now themselves.
Absolutely. Nursing that slim lead here in the 4th, a costly turnover. Houston's offense taking over again. What a big 4th quarter fumble recovery a moment ago, and now they are set up with a chance to take the lead. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. Ball spotted at the 45. Here's second down and 7. They'll stay on the ground. Mixon again. They had 3 yards on first down, just 1 yard there. And the trend continues here in the fourth like it was in the first, second, and third. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that over time he might actually pop one of these runs. The bottom line is he takes care of the ball.
Touchdown, Houston! Christian Kirk, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Texans use the defensive breakdown to take the lead away here in the 4th.
I think if you polled defensive backs, they would say the corner route, take that out, make it illegal, because that is so hard to recognize and so hard to adjust, because your first move is to not get beat in the middle of the field, and that's how they move you first before they break off to the corner.
But then as the wide receiver, great job. It's tough to turn those upfield and go, but he did a great job with it there.
Really good balance.
And he will get into the end zone for the 2 points, and that helps. That gives him a 7-point lead. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. The Titans offense and running back Tony Pollard set to go back to work. And he has put in a full game's work and then some. Just an incredible performance on the ground to this point in the 4th quarter. Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. They now trail by 7 after that last touchdown here in the 4th quarter. What a big spot for this offense. See if they can cobble something together on this drive. And they'll bring the big tight end across the formation left. The Titans going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Now 2nd and 9. Here's Pollard. And he'll scratch out a yard up to the 30, and that's all.
And this is where coaches sometimes fall into different camps. Your guy just fumbled. It led to a touchdown. Do you stay with him, or do you put him in the doghouse? This is definitely a show of confidence here, as he's right back out there and carrying the ball again.
And incomplete. They tried to drop it off, but he couldn't hold on.
As soon as he leaked out and began his route, someone on the defensive side broke with him and arrived just in time to separate him from another reception.
On is the punter, Hecker, as he gets this one away. That's returnable now for Smith. Following the punt return here, there's someone shaken up. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. They have the lead, obviously, late in the game. I guess the good news for them is if for some reason they would make a mistake, a field goal does the opposition no good.
Everyone loves to have a little bit of a cushion, and that helps you immeasurably. But the bottom line is, do all the things that you're taught in order to close out the game. Don't even let that become an issue.
Yeah, but still a one-possession game. This one not fully over yet. Laundry on the field. This is going to be a false start on the offense. Sometimes you have to slow things down a little bit when things get heated. The cadence has to be slow and deliberate at times to make sure your team's ready to go. And that false start penalty is certainly not helping their cause here. 2nd down and long. Throwing now is Stroud. A quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete. Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage,
able to knock that one away.
Stroud. They'll set up the screen here to Mixon. And he'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
The time is called. Looks like a member of the Titans in some discomfort out there. Well, hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break.
The Texans send the punter out. He's been terrific so far. This is taken at the 15. Officially, that'll go as a 52-yard punt. Not too shabby. And out will come the offense as they take over.
At their own 23-yard line.
So the drive's going to start with Pollard. And he stopped immediately there. Officially, no gain on the play, and it's second down.
No gain on the play. Second and 10 at the 24-yard line.
They'll run with Spears.
Looking for a crease, can't find one. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. Now after the holding call, here's second and 20.
And that's on the guard, Kevin Zeitler. And now a run with Spears.
He'll get 3, but it leaves him with a big hole here on third and very long. Not the start to the drive they were hoping for. That run doesn't get him much at all.
No, not at all. And that leaves him with third and long, which means you got to dial up something pretty good. Think your best player with a play that he likes to run best.
And it is caught. And they work this well upfield across the 45. That was no 3rd and 2. That was 3rd and 16, but they get the conversion anyway.
Oftentimes now, offenses aren't nearly as precise as days gone by. They just tell receivers, find an open patch of grass and let the quarterback find you. And that's exactly what they did on that play. First with the pass through the air, nice chunk of yardage there, and then additional pickup with his legs after the catch.
They run straight ahead here with Pollard. And he goes across midfield and down into Houston territory. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
Brings up second and 5 at the 47-yard line.
Looking to throw. Ward.
That's to the tight end, Wiley.
And he's going to be taken down with another first down as the stop's made at the Texans' 30. 17 yards on that play for the Titans. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's first and 10. The slot man in motion right.
Well, here's a fake on the jet sweep, and they'll look to throw it off play action. Finally hauled down for the first time this game. Multiple defenders in there to drop him. But defensively on the previous play, they gave up a pretty good chunk of yardage, but right there, they got a good portion of it right back.
And if we just flip it around from the offensive perspective, took a nice step forward, and how about a couple of leaps backwards after that play? They've got to figure out a big call coming up here to try and gain that yardage back.
They'll run with Pollard. And he'll go down at the 28.
87 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
This will be the 8th play of the drive. It's 3rd and 7. Back to throw. Ward.
Pass taken in by his big tight end.
And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
I like the design that we're seeing right there. This is what they need. Down by a touchdown here in the 4th. They just need to keep working their way downfield. And when they see openings, take their shots.
A looming decision to make on the conversion, down 7. But first things first, they need to score as they come up on 1st and goal. And he will score. Touchdown, Titans. A great effort there.
With his 4th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Titans are an extra point away from tying this game here in the 4th. And we are set up for a fantastic finish now. A 4th quarter touchdown here. We're an extra point away from a tie football game.
And I know they're thinking about possibly going for 2, but I'd go ahead and kick this one and just get it back to level.
Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And we are tied here in the 4th quarter.
Well, This one setting up for a great finish. All tied in the fourth as the kick's away. Oh, it's out. Smith lost it. And it looks like the defense has got it. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line.
As that ball got away from him and he saw the opposing team recover it.
You felt his pain?
Oh, I felt his pain, and you know what was going through his head. Tuck it away. Take care of the ball. All the things he hears all week in practice, he didn't carry it over into the game.
They'll go with Pollard here on first down. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. That's good for 21 yards and a first down.
Another carry for their leader and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch a victory.
They'll send a receiver in motion to the right. On first down, he'll drop to throw.
Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
And in the second half of a tied game, every decision gets magnified. And here, if he forces this ball, it could be intercepted. So that's the prudent play to just airmail it out of bounds.
Out of the gun to give to Spears.
And able to surge forward for about 5 yards down to the 10.
That second down play call was not to pick up the first down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable third down because they had incompletion on first down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
And he's not able to get away. Sacked back at the 22. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts. That's going to leave them with just 1 remaining here in this fourth quarter. So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming. This to break our fourth quarter tie.
Sly able to put this one through.
And they have taken the lead here in the fourth quarter. So the drive here ends with a field goal. It does give them the lead, but this one's still certainly a long ways from over.
It definitely puts a lot of pressure on your defense to hold the lead, right? They're happy to have it and happy to be out there trying to do so. But I know as a former player, in the back of their mind, they're thinking, why don't you score the touchdown and seal this thing?
Shows his strength at the 50.
And he's going to wind up bringing this one inside the 45-yard line. And the football going back over now to the Houston Texans. And now they find themselves trailing following the field goal. Still a good amount of time in this fourth quarter, but this drive very well could determine the outcome of this ball game. Stroud out of the gun here.
That certainly appeared to be a play call where they were just trying to make second down, second and short. I think they thought the coverage was off a little bit more than it was. Nice job there pressing up on it and forcing the incompletion.
Stroud to throw it.
He gets this in the hands of Mixon. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. A pickup of 11 and a Texans first down.
Now Stroud. Catch is made. It's Schultz on the out route.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
Just the 1 timeout remaining as they try to navigate this 2-minute drill. First and 10.
Inside handoff to Mixon. And there just continues to be nowhere to run. He's bottled up again at the line of scrimmage.
From the 17, they work on second and 10.
Again, it's Mixon. He will push his way down to about the 14.
Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Stroud.
Wide open receiver complete. And oh, he's just going to be short here, barely. Maybe by a half a foot. It'll be 4th and inches. The Texans going to signal for their third and final timeout as they get it with 26 seconds to go in the football game. So on fourth down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. Now Tennessee going to use the second of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this fourth quarter of play. So the field goal unit is on the field as this is a big spot right here. This to potentially send us to overtime. The kick by Fairbairn is good. And that will tie this game here in the final minute of play. I tell you, the life of a kicker. He has not been called on the entire game. He's over there by the net, but they send him out here in the fourth quarter and say, hey, go tie the game, will you? And guess what? He comes through.
I just don't know how they do it. I really don't. These cats are a different breed from you and me. That's a pressure kick, but that one was never in doubt.
The Titans offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. And this defense might be about ready to wave the white flag. Nothing they have tried to throw at him has been that successful. He just processes things so quickly and makes a right read seemingly every time. They'll run with Pollard to begin the drive. And they'll get him down after a gain of 7, but they'll happily give him that.
Now the Titans will use their third and final timeout as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the ball game. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end.
They'll come to the line. This is 3rd and 3.
Looking to throw. Ward. And he'll just toss it away. So he throws it away, and that brings up 4th down.
Incomplete pass there is probably the best scenario going because if he catches the football, clock's probably going to run out in that situation.
And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. Pulled in at the 24. And we need overtime to decide this one after 4 quarters of play. We're all even. The extra session in a moment. This is the NFL on EA Sports. So a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules. Remind us how this goes, partner.
Okay, so in the past, we had sudden death. First team to score wins, but no longer. Now, if the team receives the ball, scores a touchdown, they win the game. If they kick a field goal, though, or don't score, the other team gets a possession. And after both teams get a possession, then we're into sudden death. First team to score wins the game.
So the Texans will have the first opportunity here in the overtime session as we are back underway. And out a little across the 25 to the 27.
Out comes the Houston offense as they get set to take over here.
Well, they fought hard to reach this point, Charles, and now what an opportunity. They've got the ball first, a chance to take this overtime win away from the hostile crowd.
And you know, as the quarterback steps into the huddle, the first thing he's telling his team is, remember, we need 6, not 3. So we don't need a good drive. We need a great drive. And this is what they've been planning for. It's time to execute and take it downfield, even against all these odds.
Mixon on the toss right. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. It's a gain of 6, moves him to a manageable 3rd and 2 situation.
Stroud working out of the gun. He's got his target. That's complete. And he is going to have a Texans first down, and comfortably so, as he gets 5 there on 3rd and a yard.
First down, Houston.
Mixon with a first down carry. Shrugs the tackle.
Nice.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory.
40 yards rushing for him now as he is just trying to will his guys to an overtime victory.
Back to the ground. This time it's Chubb.
And some solid footwork there as he'll take this down to about the 38. So a decent game there on the play, but that all gets wiped out with a penalty.
Well, that's a setback, but all the good play callers, they just move on. They find something else in the playbook that can attack this defense, and they go right back on the offensive on this play.
Open man is Higgins. And he's corralled at the 40, but not before picking up 8. We'll play only the one overtime here. If time runs out, it'll be a tie as they come up on second down. And they'll go play action here with Stroud. The throw here right sideline falls incomplete. Hoping to keep this OT drive alive. Now they face a 3rd and 2. Back to throw. Here's Stroud. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he gets it down a yard or two shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. 8 yards there and a first down. Shaping up to be a very efficient opening drive here in overtime.
And can you feel the tension building? Because I'm feeling it, all right? I've got the sweaty palms here with each play because of the enormity of what's going on. Each play means so much in overtime, and they're handling it well as this drive continues.
A shotgun snap to Stroud.
This pass complete to Higgins. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2.
Now a 2nd and 2. The throwing again is Stroud. Going out wide, finds Chubb.
And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Titans' 14. The toss play to Mixon. And they get to him quickly here as he's stopped right around the 13. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Stroud looking to throw. Throw right side, taken in by Collins.
Call it a gain of a yard. And 3rd and 8 now.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
This goes out wide for Mixon.
And they're going to drop him well shy of the 1st as he can only make it to the 11th. They'll get only a yard out of that, and it'll bring up 4th down. Fairbairn able to put this one through, and they have regained the lead. So they do get the short field goal here to get them the all-important overtime lead. But, Charles, you wonder if they'll wind up ruining the fact that they were able to get down into the red zone, yet not able to find the touchdown that would have won them the game.
Brandon, you're absolutely right. In overtime, when you get the ball first, the hope is your opponents never see the football. But now they're going to get a drive to try and win it, or at least keep the game alive with a field goal. And I'm getting a dictionary out to look up ruin.
Now a first throw here in overtime. Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call. So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. Back to throw. Ward. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
2nd and 20.
On the draw, it's Pollard. And he'll find some space up to about the 25.
122 yards rushing for him now as his sensational afternoon continues.
2 minutes on the clock in overtime in a 3-point ball game.
3rd down and 13.
Operating from the gun, Ward.
Throw out wide is incomplete.
And this defense definitely in his head there on 3rd down, and he's pretty fortunate. They didn't call him for grounding on this one. That was a good 10 feet over everyone's head.
To throw is Ward. Throwing on 4th down. And this will be broken up and incomplete. Now a penalty flag down, and they may be going backward here. So they elect to decline it.
And why not? Just go ahead and let the play stand, and they'll take that.
And for the visitors, it is going to be a happy flight home. It is always such a treat, Charles, in the NFL when you can go on the road and get a victory, and that's exactly what they accomplished here today.
Oh, the trip home so much sweeter, isn't it? All the noise they heard before, how tough it is to win on the road, how tough it is to play in this stadium, how hyped up that crowd's going to be. They just used it as fuel, came in full confidence, believed in themselves, and got it done.
So for Houston, it's a win that might keep them alive in the playoff race as they're back to 500 at 5-5. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for Tennessee, they're going the wrong way as this will drop them to 3-7 now on the year. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.